and down dancing because once you do that and you do that and you sit
Yeah.
down, now poof, you're there.
Yeah.
It was brilliant. She was brilliant. She was brilliant. I honestly, because now I can meditate and I do twice a day. It's just very quiet. It has really been wonderful. But what you're saying is true, that it is in this movement that something magical happens and your consciousness goes into abeyance because you have
Yeah.
expressed the energy.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, and because that is really the performer's the way I feel as a performer, that is my job.
Mm.
It is to focus in the moment. I can't be distracted and do a good job. I must do it that way. And you make me think what your mom taught you about physical energy and then the ability to focus
Mm.
is that you're making me think of the qigong practice that I do, and it's exactly the same
Mm.
idea. Is once you've got energy moving, and once you also develop a sensitivity to feeling it, then
Yes.
you can sit with it and notice it
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and be
You
with it.
play
Yeah,
with it. You're
exactly.
not forcing anything. You become
Exactly.
an observer, and people say, get in the gap, get in the silent mind. Well, how can you? Because it's not your mind anyway. Because if you say it was your mind, you'd say, mind, stop, and it would behave. But it doesn't. So
No.
it has a momentum. And the idea is not to get caught in that, but you can really slow down. And once you've moved, you can actually do that.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
So thank you for reminding me.
Oh, it's a lovely story. I can imagine it. I can see you jumping up and down.
Oh, I loved it actually.
I
And
can see it. Yeah.
people think that we have to be like this and I don't know, well behaved or something. I have to remind myself that, Nisha, behave yourself, because I'm a doctor and I'm very much, one of my medical assistants said to me one day, you really are like this all the time. Oh my God, I've never seen, because she thought I'd have a clinic face and a home
Oh, yes,
face
sir.
and face. And I said, this is it. What do you mean? And she says, it's so funny because you are like this all the time. Yeah, people think I'm full of energy, but really,
It sounds like you're free in what you do.
yeah, I think there's a self-acceptance that,
Yeah.
hey, I'm like this.
Yeah.
I have some patients who literally go into their couch like, see, honey, I told you she's full of energy. And I'm thinking, hey, she's like her name, Manek. And I'm thinking, oh, well, okay. Darby, you had that whole stack of books.
Yeah.
What
Should
are
I
they?
share some of the titles with you?
Yes, I
Okay.
want to know what you're reading.
Um, Robin Waller Kimmerer,
Mhm.
Braiding Sweetgrass.
Oh, yes, I've heard of this book. This is a bestseller.
Is a very, very beautiful talk about science and wisdom, science and indigenous
Yes.
wisdom making its way, and she does it beautifully. Believe it or not, Jonathan Swift's Gulliver's Travels. I was
Uh-huh.
I wanted to read the fourth voyage again, the
Uh-huh.
one where the horses are the noble creatures, and anyway, there's a lot in there. I was trying to make sense of uh, the failure of our institutions,
Yeah.
socially, and Swift was so good at that. Um,
There is a
Julia,
failure of education. Yeah, I
oh
don't know.
yeah. So this is nothing to be
Nothing to
frightened
be
of.
frank. Oh.
It's a wonderful. He does a survey of all sorts of writers and thinkers on death and
Hmm.
approaching death, and it's a great one. This is beautiful. I like political writing a little bit. This is on
Oh.
property.
Uh-huh.
Walcott, he is a professor at University of Toronto, and he's writing about he's writing about the fact that Black people were property,
Yes.
and so there's a lot, since the pandemic, there has been a big explosion in um, the challenge to institutions,
Mhm.
and I'm all for that, and I'm all for the people who want to contribute in a positive way,
Yes.
reforming and redirecting so that the institutions really do serve the people. This one,
Yes.
you might know this one. It was quite well known
Oh,
on
I
the,
don't know.
okay, Ross
Ross.
Gay, The Book of Delights. Um,
Uh,
he, he's an American poet. I think
yes.
he's won a number of awards. Anyway, his take is with this book is to spend um, to every day for a year
Hmm.
is to write a short essay, a page or two, on something that has delighted him.
Oh, like Montaigne, he was an observer of life. And there's
Exactly.
also there was a German similar one, the waste basket or something, waste
Oh,
papers.
I don't know
Yeah,
that, but I
waste.
wouldn't be surprised if he
Yeah.
mentions him in. He certainly mentions Montaigne. So
Uh-huh.
that's
And,
kind of neat.
yep.
This this total rebel. Do you know Murray Bookchin?
No.
The Ecology of Freedom, the Emergence and Dissolution of Hierarchy.
Of freedom. Oh.
So he's an anthropologist, a scientist, a writer, a thinker, and I guess you could call him. Um, uh, oh, I'm not sure how you. He's kind of an outlaw, a very very good thinker, very very good writer, and just so well informed. He
Mhm.
takes us back to prehistorical societies. And from evidence and other research, he's able to build a picture of the way we were organized as
Yeah.
beings. And
Mhm.
uh, when hierarchy started to play a role, and when the patriarchy started to play a role, and et cetera, and so on. And so he takes us through all of that in great detail.
Mhm.
The end of the book, he's moving us towards what he calls an ecological society, a culture
Mhm.
that is, in the face of all our challenges,
Yeah.
is stepping up to that with
Mhm.
because we can step up to it.
Oh, absolutely, we can. Human cognition is supreme, and we have the creativity.
Yeah,
But we must get off these shackles of our beliefs in limitations,
that's right.
and
That's right.
um,
Yeah,
we have God-given absolute creativity. And this is why
absolutely.
dance, you see, when you say you dance, or you paint, or you write, or you think, these are the gifts. We are the pinnacle of animal kingdom. That's not being selfish or show offish. It's simply stating a fact.
Mm,
So we can really take our creativity and honor nature and really build something so beautiful. But we seem to get lost in the chaos right now.
yeah,
We're
yeah.
very lost. And I'm seeing the college disruptions, right? I'm thinking, what happened? I don't know.
Well, we've gone off the rails because our value system is doesn't support the nurturing of the caring and nurturing and respect.
You hit it on the nail.
And
Value system.
yeah,
Anything goes. Then where's the morality and ethics?
no, there
Right
is
and
no
wrong are
morality.
all the same,
That's right.
it's all homogenous and
Yeah.
cannot have
And
that.
it's not to say that right and wrong don't need to be revisited, or
Mhm.
maybe even we use other words like saying, what can we do to diminish suffering? What can we do?
Mhm.
Those or to increase equality. Uh, but uh, to to um, to say that the truth is black and white, um,
Yeah, yeah.
it paints us into a corner. And
Hmm.
The Well-Gardened Mind, a beautiful book about uh, psychological, psychiatric
Hmm.
healing through trauma, and
Yes.
and gardening, and many
Yes.
gardens around the world, and programs that are affiliated with penitentiaries or um, the military, where they will send
Yes.
the
Yes.
men, mostly men who've lost limbs, and just who actually have huge uh, transformations in connection with Mother Earth, like the hands in the dirt,
Yes.
the,
Yes.
and
You know, I've
breathing.
seen a picture where you can have a manicure going on, or you have your hands in a flower pot with dirt
That
in
one,
it.
that one.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah. Let me see what else. Oh, these are. I've revisited this. Centering
Ooh.
by MC
Uh-huh.
Richards. She's a
You
potter.
are so widely read. It's like
Yeah.
incredible.
I think that's everything feeds everything else. I
And you
find
said it's a fractal. Yeah, it's
it's
a
a
good
fractal.
word.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is a one of your American authors, Louise Erdrich, an
Mm-hmm.
indigenous author, an incredible storyteller. The
Mm-hmm.
Roundhouse is an incredible story. One of Canada's what you would call a public intellectual.
Uh-huh.
He has never taken a university position. He's
Mm.
polyglot. He probably speaks 25 languages. He a wonderful poet and essayist, and lives on the west coast of Canada, a little small island. This one also is one I've pulled off the shelf recently. Wisdom and the Senses, and you know,
This.
there's so much, as you say, the human being, and has so much to offer. Then
Yeah.
all of these things are nothing but positive, inspiring,
Mm-hmm.
life-giving,
Mm-hmm.
challenging, but uh, you want to be part of this world. You want all of these people to come to dinner.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
That's a very good way of putting it. It moves you towards life.
it
You
does.
towards life, yes.
Absolutely. Whoops, my light went out.
Yeah, I can still see you though. Here's the well, I was reading this today. The Christ letters.
Don't know.
And yeah, Christ returns speaks his truth. And it's anonymous. It's a recorder. I thought it's not channeling. But I liked what I when I opened it, I thought, oh, I like this. Because it
Uh-huh.
goes into science and, as you said, a respect for what is the within and behind all creation. And for me as a doctor, I'm always thinking now, well, well, then how do we recreate our body and our health? Because we can.
Yeah.
Tiller science shows us that.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
and so it's such a hard concept to though, because the immediate thing is I'm in pain, get this out, People are
True.
suffering and they want
Yes.
quick, 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 give me a pill. But the ultimate truth is that our intention has great power. And every one of those books has intention behind it. It's wrapped in there and giving itself
Well,
wings, through writing.
it's so difficult for people to accept that. I find that um, it, I find when I try to communicate those kind
Mhm,
of subtle powers that we have,
mhm,
that we can actually be practical with, it is um it is so easy to do it wrong. It's
mm,
so easy to turn people off,
yes. Yeah.
uh, and so difficult to invite people in a way that feels solid, because
Yes.
intention.